Hey everyone, welcome back. If you're tired of feeling like you're on the sidelines, everyone else is talking about their investments and all of that, you're in the right place. My name is Amor, and I am 50 years old, and I always had the dream of retiring when I turned 50. Well, guess what, guys? I didn't do the things I needed to do in order to do that. And so I am now on this journey to retire after 50, but to retire early. And I am really passionate about empowering women to take control over their wealth. And one of the most powerful ways that I've found is through being a part of an investment group. It has totally changed the game for me. So I turned 40 and realized I'm not on track to reaching my goal of retiring when I turn 50. So I started studying a lot about investments, about real estate, about stocks and all of that. But I was scared, y'all. I was really scared to get started. But I realized that the only way I could get started was by connecting with other community people or women that can help me along the journey. And so I created an investment club. It isn't just about numbers, it was about sisterhood. It was about supporting each other's dreams and creating generational wealth. And because of that, I am on my way to being able to retire early. Maybe not the 50 that I had planned, but way before the 65 age. So first, let's define, if you want to be a part of an investment club, what is it? How do you do it? Because there's not a lot of research out there about it. So I would love to just share some of the things that I learned along the way. Number one, you have to define your why. What is your vision for this investment club? Because that's going to help you determine who should be in the investment club with you. And what is the goal you're going after? You want to make sure that you're being with like-minded people, or else you'll get into it and maybe you want to invest in stocks and they want to invest in real estate. Well, that's going to be a big difference. So for example, for my group, She Invests, we invest in stocks, and then I have another group where we are investing in real estate. So you got to be clear about your why. The next thing is you need to get your legal stuff together, because you don't want to put your money together with other people and you don't have a legal document or paperwork that really names how this works. So that's really important. There are organizations such as Better Investing who can help you think through this, but it is important to do that. The other thing is make sure you start small. Maybe 5 to 10 people. There are some that have more than 20, but when you have more than 20, it's just going to be more difficult. It's going to be too many people trying to make the decisions. You have to also decide on, will you have an application process, or do we just let everyone in? Are there dues? Because dues are really important, because there are other things that cost some money that you want to make sure one person isn't paying the cost for that. The other thing you want to think about is the format. Is it in person? Is it online? Is it hybrid? So for us, we're actually online because we're in different states, but we do meet together once or twice a year and have a retreat together. We also have roles. You have to determine the roles, because someone's going to need to kind of take the lead. Someone's going to need to keep their eyes on the money, the most important thing. And someone's going to need to kind of keep all the documentations together. So you'll have the general lead, a president, secretary, a treasurer. And I think the best way to do that, or what I've learned, is to have kind of like nominations of who wants to do it and who could we nominate to do it, and then voting to make sure everyone agrees to that. Okay, so that was a lot. I would say the last thing is the most important thing for your investment club to succeed. It is building a thriving community. You want to make sure that, hey, we like each other, we trust each other, we encourage one another. We also want to make sure in this community that we're learning, that we have experts come in, or we're reading articles, or we're reading books, because we always want to be growing and learning, because there's always things going on in the investment world, and you don't want your investment club to be left behind. To build a good culture, you also have to be accountable to one another. And so that might come in, how do we hold each other accountable to doing the things that need to be done, such as putting in our investment money on time. Like, all of those things are so important. And then creating a way for conflict resolution. Now, for me, we haven't had any conflict. We did have to decide, how do we vote and decide on a stock or an investment. And so we do ours mostly by people bring different investments to the group. We have a tool where we answer questions about that stock or that investment, and that tool actually helps us see, is this a good buy, is it not? And then we take a vote on whether or not we're going to invest in it. All right, so I hope that was helpful. I know when I was getting started, there wasn't a lot out there on it, and so I'm hoping that this helps you kind of think through how to bring others along the journey to help you reach your goals. Because, sis, I know that this is about building a legacy for you, and it's not just about building wealth. And so we want to make sure that we do this well, that we don't lose the money. Warren Buffett said that's the most important rule, is that you don't lose the money. And so you want to make sure that you're partnering with people who you can trust, that you're able to get the education you need. It is so much easier when you do it with a group of people. All right, hope that was helpful. Put questions in the chat. I will try to get to those questions, because I want to make sure you have everything you need in order to reach your goals. Thanks for being on this journey with me. Be blessed.